Good morning, everyone. It's Carol here from Aquahaven747.com. In today's video, I'd like to share with you some designer tips to decorate your Christmas tree. These are things that I have found out for myself in my struggle to create the perfect Pinterest Christmas tree, which I will probably never have. However, if you are interested in elevating your game just a little bit, this might be the video for you. All trees are beautiful, even the Charlie Brown ones. So you do what works for you. For my first tip, when you are picking out a tree, pick one that is appropriate for the size of your space. Now, years ago, I made the mistake of getting this real tree. It looked way smaller when it was out in the field. We had to chop off a foot before we could even get it in the front door. It still went up to the ceiling, and it took up a quarter of the living room. So don't do that. I'll leave a little picture up above so you can kind of see that. So don't do that. Anyway, so that's the first thing. If you are looking for an artificial tree, there are so many options these days. There's those pencil thin kinds of trees. There's the type that have like a flat side so that can go up against a wall. It looks full, but it's not on the back, obviously. Yeah, so, just be vigilant that your tree will fit the size of your space. My second tip is that when you are getting your artificial tree out from last year, you need to fluff up the branches first, though. I mean, they get all smushed in the box or even in a bag sometimes, so they look kind of dehydrated, definitely even more unnatural than they normally do. For my third tip, when you start decorating your tree, you start with the lights first. Now, if you've got a pre-lit tree, you don't have to worry about that. Although, even if you do have a pre-lit tree, if you want to add some extra lights, you can do that too. Fairy lights look really nice in them, added to the other ones. That's a little bit more sparkle to it. My next tip is to pick a color scheme. Now, I like to pick 2 or 3 colors and a neutral and a metallic color. But you can pick just one color if you want. Now, this year I have picked the aqua, turquoise, and navy, and they are all very close on the color wheel. My neutral color is white. I have a lot of white things in there that help to ground it, and my metallics are silver and gold. I find, as much as I love just silver, gold warms things up. So, but you can pick whatever metallic you want. There's rose gold, there's copper, there's variations of silver and gold. So it's entirely up to you what colors you choose. You might want to go the traditional route and use red and green color scheme. You might want to use your favorite color. You might want to coordinate with your decor. It's entirely up to you. So, but just pick a scheme, and then all your purchases will be based on your color scheme. Okay, it makes it a lot easier. My next tip is to pick a theme if you want. This is optional, but it can be a lot of fun, and especially if you have kids. You could do a teddy bear tree, or cars and trucks, or toys, something like that. Or you could do one that is catering to your ethnicity or to one of your own special interests, whether it be musical instruments or, I don't know, angels. That's more of a traditional type theme. But yeah, have some fun with that. There are so many ways you can elevate your tree to look like a designer's by using ribbons. There's a technique where they loop them down, and at each loop you can put a bow in to join them all together. Do that in kind of a zigzag pattern, or you can even do kind of loops around the tree horizontally. Yes, there's so many great videos out there showing how to do that. I'm not good at that, so I'm not going to pretend like I do, but I try. Another thing I have noticed in designers' Christmas trees is the use of statement ornaments. That is some extra large pieces that are placed sporadically and strategically around the tree and filling in spots. And I've tried to do that with my tree, but of course I don't have very big trees, so it's all relative to the size of your other ornaments and your tree. Another very easy tip to do is to vary the size of your Christmas balls and group a few of them together. Now, if you have a cheap Christmas tree like I do, or one that has a lot of gaps in it, you can elevate that by filling in those gaps and decorating in layers. What I mean by that is you can put some ornaments close by the pole. You can put your heavier ornaments in the middles of the branches. Don't just decorate all your ornaments on the tips. For my final tip to decorate your Christmas tree like a designer, use picks and sprays. And what they are little fake branches. Sometimes they're flowers or balls. A lot of times they're metallic, or they've got sparkles on them anyway. And you can use those to fill in gaps and also to emphasize some of your ornaments. A lot of designers also use them at the top of the tree to emphasize the tree topper. Sometimes they make a tree topper out of all these little picks and sprays. So anyway, I hope you got some good ideas here for your Christmas tree, and I will see you in the next one.